Hey, welcome back to From the Tech Desk by RC Experts here at Horizon Hobby. I'm your host, Brad Brooker. Today we're walking you through the steps you need to take to set up thrust reversing on your turbo timber evolution. Before we get started, there's a few items I want to touch base on. One is make sure your transmitter is up to date with the latest firmware, and if it is not up to date with the latest firmware, there'll be a link below to show you how to update your transmitter. Also, a good safety measure to do is make sure your prop is off your airplane, especially when you're dealing with the ESC and programming. So that's one good safety thing to do, is make sure the prop is off. Now let's get started to program it. First thing we're going to do, we're going to bind the receiver to the transmitter. To do so, we'll power on the transmitter. Again, you want to make sure what model you're on and make sure you're on an airplane. We're going to do Model 1, Acro. Now you go and power on the actual airplane itself. And again, make sure the prop is off the airplane. It's a good safety measure to have. So go ahead and power on the airplane. At this time, you'll go ahead and put the transmitter in bind mode. You're going to go to bind, click on bind. Now the turbo timber evolution is bound to your transmitter. Our next step is to set switch H with throttle cut off. To do so, you'll go to your menu screen, scroll down to throttle cut, go down to switches, click on this, and you're going to scroll over until you see switch H. Once you see that, you're going to select it. You go ahead and flip your switch H back and forth to make sure everything's working correctly. There you go, now your throttle cut is set to switch H. Next step is to make sure the elevator and ailerons are at high rates. Go into your monitor screen and make sure everything's at 100%, and it is. Now we're going to scroll to the very end. There'll be a new screen called Avian Programming. This actually allows you to program your ESC through the transmitter, which is a pretty cool setting. Again, the actual airplane itself has to be powered on to get into the screen, and also your transmitter has to be up to date. And one other thing is, if you actually hit the throttle at any point prior to this, you cannot get into the programming of the ESC. So it'll have to be a fresh start and no throttle input at any point so to get in the screen. Here it gives you step-by-step directions how to actually get into programming the ESC through the transmitter. Hold full bottom left. Step 2, bottom right. There you go, now you're actually into the programming mode of the ESC itself. To toggle through the actual program and the settings, you'll be going up and down on the stick to actually go through the settings, which way you want to go. And to change the parameters within the settings, you'll be going right and left on the stick itself to actually change the parameters in the settings. So here we actually want to go up to brake type. This says normal, and next will be proportional, and then reverse. We wanted to make sure it says brake type reverse. So we're going to go down a setting. So brake force here, we want it actually to say 7. So we'll just keep on going until we get 7. Okay, we have 7. Now we're going to scroll down a little ways here. Again, if you want to change anything else, you're more than welcome to. But we're just doing the reverse thrust setup here right at the moment. Keep on going a couple more. Here's the next setting you'll want to look at, the thrust reverse channel. Whatever channel you wanted to have it on. We're actually going to have it on channel 7. One note to take also when you're doing this, make sure you have your safe select on a channel as well that is not the same as your reverse thrust, because it'll affect that. So make sure you have your reverse thrust and your safe on a different channel from each other. So once you have that selected, what channel you want to have it on, we'll go to channel 7. You'll hit exit and save. So you go down one more. You'll select that. As you heard the tones in the ESC itself, to let you know it's been saved and recalibrated, There you have it. That's how quick and easy it is to program reverse thrust on your turbo timber Evolution. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more tips, tricks, and other helpful videos from our RC experts here at Horizon Hobby.